Broadcast. Oh, well, great. Broadcast. Bang! That was a long bell. I can't remember the last time I had a long bell. I want to welcome everyone to Global Markets Radio Daily Recap. I'm your host, Andrew Spanton. Were we down today? Again? Should we start getting used to this? What a day. What a day. Monday, March the 5th, 2012, 4 p.m. Eastern. Oh, baby. Finally. The dollar, while not really getting, really up much against the euro and the pound, commodity currencies, risk off, baby. Aussie, Kiwi, Loonie, all down. If you want to check my Twitter, by the way, hopefully folks do watch my Twitter, Voice of Forex. You'll see that China news came out last night that basically they were downgrading the growth rate, the GDP forecast. There was some good news, but some of the other stories were not very good. Just from that standpoint, and commodities obviously benefiting the most from China's economic resurgence, taking it on the chin. So we saw commodity currencies really get the air sucked out of them. And basically, market came back. As you see here, the S&Ps, looking at the S&P 500, we did have numbers that came out today, which are pretty good. U.S. side, ISM non-manufacturing, 57.3, good. Supposed to be 56.1. Factory orders down 1%, supposed to be down 1.3, and the revision was up. Even Swiss retail sales surging, up 4.4% with a revision on the higher side. Thought London services PMI would have put the pound away, but it did not. So again, looking at this S&P 500 chart, we see here a gorgeous-looking double top. Gorgeous. I mean, picture-perfect double top. I mean, you look at that 1380 level. And my, oh my. Now, were we to ever take it out, you could say 1,400 in a New York minute. You measure the move from here to here. That's about 20 S&P handles, points. Boom. I think tomorrow is set up for a gorgeous turnaround Tuesday. Can you believe I'm saying? I'm not buying into this sell-off. I think we saw it last week. We saw the sharp sell-off we had. And we saw there was a big seller in the marketplace. And we had nice follow-through on Friday and even today. But it's not much. I mean, when you talk about a market this overbought, I mean, look at this move. This overbought. And that's just on a 40-day. I'd give you the daily. Just want to have the 4-hour out so you see, because the daily is a little tougher with that channel line. But, you look at this and you're like, I mean, look at that. 1, 2, 3. It could be the top. Believe me, I want to scream and say it is, and say back the truck up, sell everything, and get short. I'd love to. But you can't. Because there are good fundamentals in the U.S. economy. There are good fundamentals with corporate earnings. There is no major thing out there that I see. Something could happen. I mean, listen, San Francisco had a 4.0 earthquake that was only 5 miles deep. I'm telling you, something's happening in March. Every time, this time of year, there was a major earthquake. And I think this time it could be California. Leave. Run. Run. Wasn't much. It was only 4.0, but not very deep, which is scary. An earthquake, when the depth is really deep, it's okay, not as bad. When you get a shallow earthquake that's 7, 8, that's disaster. So hopefully that's not going to happen. I don't want it to happen. I know it's going to happen, but I don't want it to happen. So again, we look at this daily S&P chart. You're trying to find a channel line, something. We broke all sorts of support. We broke this channel line. We've broken this channel line. We've broken almost everything. All these lines. Now this one, not. 1355 zone. And it's a Fibonacci also. Remember, Fibonacci is a retracement point. When you're trying to figure out where something's going to stop on a pullback, right? You're trying to buy the market. Well, you try and find a Fibonacci level. And we see here this 1355 was this candle low here around there. Could be a nice buy. Now remember, EMAs, that's why exponential moving average, it will move up. It doesn't have to hit this line. This is not the absolute number. If we stop here and we start to turn back up and it's close, this will catch up. That's why I like EMAs. They're not as definitive. Set in stone. Like you're trading, baby. God, I love down days, don't you? All right, so again, look at the S&P. I think we have more to go. Absolutely. I like the fact we rallied. I like the fact that Leslie Perini came on TV and said 25% upside. I love it. I love it. He can't talk too much. I think he smoked like me. Laszlo. I'm not saying he's not a smart guy. I'm not saying he hasn't made great calls. He loves short the yen this year. That's one of his calls. I believe he was long Apple. Tremendous call last year. But he's buying RIM this year. I don't know. They're a base. Look at the dollar index. It did, listen, this is certainly a shooting star. You must take heed. We might come in a little bit. But again, it was mostly the euro and the pound. Commodity currencies got whacked. The Australian dollar is not in the dollar index. So I don't think it's fair to really look at this dollar index and say, well, commodities, we take a look. Australian across the board. Kiwi across the board. And we got an interest rate decision coming out tonight out of Australia. No change expected. And when you look at the interest rate landscape out there, I don't see how, in the face of China now slowing down a little bit, saying growth is going to be a little bit slower, how the RBA, Stevens, can be hawkish. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be dovish. I think he has every right to be in the middle. Saying, hey, we have a great economy. Everything's looking okay. We're good for 2 years. But things aren't going to be booming. They're not going to be collapsing. It's going to be just right. Rates are going nowhere. Remember, last was an Australian rate cut. So the Australian RBA, Royal Bank of Australia, would have to change the language first before they even thought about raising rates. It would be a shocker. So I think, if anything, they're going to say rates are on hold. And, hey, if the U.S. jobs number comes out good, U.S. rates might be on the rise. Just because Australia is not lowering doesn't mean that interest rate spread is not going to narrow and the Aussie gets whacked. So I think we have more downside in the Australian dollar. Absolutely. 106 should be a fait accompli. Oh, yeah. Oh, not that. Easy. Oh, baby. We also have Super Tuesday tomorrow. Now, again, I think we could have a monster turnaround Tuesday. I think they might hit the markets. And then we might have a comeback. Can you imagine finessing the market, going long? It's going to be very difficult because, being such a bear. But again, when you think about the whole week swing theory, very important. Remember, we got non-farm payroll coming out. Jim O'Neill out of Goldman Sachs said, and listen, when someone like Jim O'Neill comes out, I don't care what you think of him. He still is the head market strategist for Goldman Sachs. Comes out and says, Friday's number is big. We could go big one way or the other. You must take notice. And you look at the way dollar yen's been acting. You get a good number, dollar yen is going to fly. He even mentioned the yen specifically. We're heading up towards resistance. But you get a good number, all bets are off. Interest rates are going to move. Dollar yen could have an old-fashioned Friday yen carry to the moon. And we saw the yen carry trade all come in nicely. And reverse. Euro yen came in. I still think we could double bottom here. Listen, I still am a fan of these yen carries. I still think there's more to go. So commodity yens. Big sell-off today. I think we get more. First big break here. I think we get more, but it's a turnaround Tuesday trade. Back and fill to the EMA. Maybe there's not much in this trade. Or maybe we're down to 80. That's a lot. Big move. But dollar yen doesn't look very pretty. Dollar yen looks like a short. The sterling yen made a nice little comeback. Propeller pattern, but it looks like still a short. I don't care that it came back. Obviously, we go bullish engulfing. You got to be nervous. But this was more just European. Again, they were selling commodity currencies today. Pound Aussie. Take a look. Exploding. Pound New Zealand. Take a look. Exploding. Pound Canada. All commodity currencies got whacked today. This was a major move in pound Kiwi. I'm sorry I tried going short. I was long this thing. Did very well, thank you. And if you were listening to my videos, you probably were long them too. Pound Kiwi looks like it wants to head to this channel line here. Oh, baby. More upside. Breaking out. Could we have a turnaround Tuesday? Hell yeah. Pound Canada just starting. Look at this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4 down days. First up day. I love this one. And it's a nice hedge against your pound dollar short. Because sterling, yeah, they did, not a great number last night. And yes, it came back, and maybe it rallies to 159, but no freaking way. Where's the beef? We got Halifax House Price Index coming out. That's not going to be good. Last month was up 0.6. This one I expect to be up 0.3. And again, the futures are going to be down. I just think this number is, the cable rally today. I think 159 it gets to, it's a sell. Absolutely. But you take a look at the commodities, and again, even Euro Aussie. Look at the day Euro Aussie had. Nice day. May have held. Certainly looks like there's one more day in it. And again, this was a shot across the bow. The way they sold the S&Ps the other day on Thursday. The way now they're coming after commodity currencies. Some of the wind is getting taken out of the sails. Look at this Euro Kiwi. Exploding. Big move. 200 pip days. And again, I think, though, the yens on the pullback. Big break in this Kiwi yen. One more day. Let us come down to like 66.10. Maybe even come down to 65.50. But this is the break. Look, 1, 2, bang, up. So again, this yen, this is now an opportunity. Now, I know this looks like the S&P. It does. So if we get a turnaround Tuesday in the S&P, you got a jobs number that the market thinks could be good. And I think it should be good. I think the stock market's going to rally into the number on Friday, which should be stock market positive, commodity positive. How about that, dollar Canada? Oh, baby. That was very good. Even that Euro Canada call. Hopefully you bought some. Hit my channel line to the pip. Oh, baby. I think there's more to this trade. Where is it? It's there. Don't worry. I'll go to the alley if you need to see it. There we go. Nailed it. I think we certainly can make a move up to 32.50. Why not? Another 100 pips. 32, easy. Again, commodity currencies look like they're going to have more downside. But I got to tell you, with no U.S. number, we got the election, but you don't get really the results until later in the day. Market will be closed. Australian rate decision to really take the Canadian Ivy. That should be a big number. 62.1. Talk about a possible turnaround Tuesday. You get dollar Canada up nicely, and we get maybe a move to maybe 100 pips, par 50. You get a strong Canadian Ivy. Oh, baby. Can you say turnaround Tuesday? Tied at 2? So I'm liking the whole analysis. The whole way today, tomorrow is going to play out. I really do. Listen, I can have it all freaking wrong. Maybe Australia's going to be freaking hawkish and just up, up, up all day. I don't think so. I think the probability of that, and again, it's not a gamble. Gambling is when you really don't know. We've analyzed this. This is This is not just throwing a dart. The RBA is not going to be, in my opinion, hawkish. They have no right to be. The chart's looking good to the downside. There are many reasons. Gold, oil, all lower. Yeah, they make comebacks, but still. There's every reason to be short. Every reason. Gold still looks like a dead short to me. As long as gold does not take out 1725, 1730, toast. Easy short. Hanging man there. Crude, obviously Netanyahu, his speech will have an impact. Obviously that could. He's ready to come out with some feelers. He likes what Obama said. He's backing off a little bit. And how about the fact that Apple's down $10? All right? The big leader, Apple. What's up with that? Now, the one short I do like, Style Swiss, I think I like it. I think you could probably be low on the euro. The euro looks like it might want to pop a little more. Maybe get up to 133, 32.75. But this dollar Swiss, nice little shooting star. I want to be short this. Absolutely. Even this pound Swiss looks interesting on the short side. Little toppy. Love to see it get up to here. Decent size move. And we look at this euro dollar. Certainly looks like we could pop up 32.50, 33. But we're going lower. First, I'm not saying we can't go up. Again, I would find it hard to believe the stock market rips through 1380 and the euro is collapsing. It just doesn't happen that way. Not the market dynamics we're in right now. And I do think the 10-year bears watching too. You see, dollar yen is going to trade with the 10-year. We break out over 202 on the 10. We go up to 205. You're going to get some interest rate people legging into this. But dollar yen, I think, is going to pause. I would love to see it move down to 80. Love. I don't think it's going to necessarily happen. I think more of a move to 80, 70. Maybe hold this channel line. But I think turnaround Tuesday, tied at 2, getting long, the yen carry trade into big weakness. Oh, baby, using profits from our shorts. Guns, guns, guns. Oh, baby. So I'm liking the way the setup is set up. And that's it. I don't think you freebies could get more of a silver platter from me. Right? 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Australian rate decision. Get ready. Look for my twits. Voice of Forex. If you're not signed up for Voice of Forex, you're nuts. It's free. Now remember, I have a 3-month winter special, $400. I mean, isn't it time? If you're having a hard time understanding what the markets are doing, we got a great chat room, great people, and of course you got me moderating. Andrew Spanton, Global Markets Radio, the only voice you'll ever need, who loves to make you freebies money. Have a good night.